This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. We are enjoying some seriously beautiful weather this week, but that weather also causing some concern over dry conditions. Yeah. Before we get to that part of our newscast, let's go ahead and get a first check of our forecast.
Thank you so much, Beth and Peter. Our first weather today is brought to you by Webb's RV. Come check out the spring and summer specials we have on RVs and campers. Don't forget, we have the sharpest pencil in town. What a chilly start to the day, folks. Temperatures back into the 30s, so it was really a cold start. Even a couple of below freezing temperatures were in the region throughout the morning hours, but look what happened. What a nice rebound. Temperatures back in the 60s, a couple of 70s here in town. Waterville, Augusta, same story. Temperatures back into those 70s. Even Millinocket saw some warmer temperatures, close to 70 degrees. Lots of sunshine out there, so it was a nice and gorgeous day. A few passing clouds, especially in the northern part of the state. Overall, though, no precipitation falling anywhere in the state for today. As tonight, we're going to continue to see some partly cloudy skies. Temperatures cooling off, hovering close to 50 degrees. Beth and Peter?
All righty, Conrad, thanks so much.
And again, those conditions causing fire dangers to rise across the state. And today, an out-of-control brush fire in Bucksport served as a lesson to all Mainers. The Bucksport Fire Department responded to a report of a brush fire at 30 Wilkins Orchard Road Wednesday morning. The owner of the property quickly alerted the fire department about the situation and he reported that he did not have a burn permit. The fire was easily knocked down, but according to Bucksport Fire Captain Pan Payson, the lesson here is to always get a burn permit before starting any fire.
Please, get a permit. If you're not given a permit, it's because the conditions are too dry or the wind is too much. So something inconsequential that looks like a small fire can turn huge exponentially in seconds, and then you just can't catch it.
Burn permits can be acquired through the Maine.gov website or your local fire department.
And a smoky fire at 141 North Palermo Road in Freedom damaged a building and shut down the road for a few hours. Montville Fire's public information officer Karen York says the fire was called in around 12:28 p.m. as a brush fire. She says high winds caused that fire to spread to a nearby garage. It also lit up some tires and spread across the street, starting a forest fire. Officials believe the fire was accidental. Freedom Fire Department Second Assistant Chief Tim Turner says the fire was actually caused by sparks from a plasma cutter. Mutual aid was called in to keep the fire from spreading any further. The Maine Forest Service also assisted in putting out the flames inside the forest, flying a helicopter overhead and dumping water to help extinguish the fire.
Residents who live near Schoodic Lake could be impacted by smoky conditions tomorrow morning. It's part of a planned burn along the railroad right-of-way in Lakeview Plantation and Brownville. The main goal of the burn is to eliminate light forest fuels within a 25-foot distance from the tracks to reduce the risk of wildfires caused by the railroad in the future. Maine Forest Service specialist Kent Nelson says approximately 2 miles of railroad right-of-way near the southern part of Schoodic Lake will be burned. The fire will be carefully controlled with flame heights limited to 4 feet. However, he says some camps and homes between the south end of the lake and in Medford may experience temporary smoke impacts. The burn is scheduled to start at 10 a.m. and continue through the morning.
Maine State Police are hoping someone can help them identify a person of interest. That person can be seen in this video. They say the individual is wanted for questioning in relation to multiple burglaries and thefts in the towns of Orland and Orrington on May 9th. If you have any information or you can identify this individual, call the Bangor Communication Center at 973-3700 and ask for Trooper Gregory Ramp.
The House of Representatives has voted to enact a bill that would boost funding for Maine sexual assault services. An estimated 1 in 5 Mainers will experience sexual assault at some point in their lifetime. The legislation, sponsored by Representative Holly Stover of Booth Bay, would provide money to fund mental health care positions at each of the state's 7 sexual assault centers. Providers would be trained to deal with the mental health needs of those who've survived sexual assault, sexual exploitation, sexual violence, and trauma. The bill faces further votes in the Senate.
Governor Janet Mills is proposing is proposing change packet initiatives that she says will address some of Maine's most pressing and urgent issues. The change package is an amendment to LD 258, legislation that includes the remaining budget initiatives for fiscal years 2024 and 2025 that were not included in the current services budget that was passed by the legislature last month. Maine's constitution requires a balanced budget, which is what prompted the governor to introduce the change package Wednesday. In the package, the governor proposed using surplus and projected revenues to tackle Maine's housing shortage, fund food services, and emergency shelters to address homelessness and strengthen Maine's emergency medical services system. In response to the governor's proposed initiative, legislative Republicans issued a joint statement that said, quote, "We don't find the governor's change package responsive to the times or responsive to the needs of Maine people," end quote.
Access to quality, affordable child care can be a big challenge for many Maine families. This afternoon, lawmakers spoke on bills they presented that could help to relieve that burden. Our Matthew Jurancic has more.
The legislature, we say, please hear the cries of Maine working families and enact real solutions to the child care crisis to help Maine working families.
Senate President Troy Jackson and Senate Majority Leader Elise Vitelli presented bills LD 1726 and LD 1799 to the Health and Human Services Committee and the Educational and Cultural Affairs Committee. Both bills are intended to help fight the current child care crisis. LD 1726 would double the wage stipend for child care providers and expand eligibility for working families to participate in subsidy programs for child care. LD 1799 would improve access to public preschools across the state.
In this moment, it is in our state's best interest to ensure Maine's families have access to high-quality child care and strong pre-K programming.
Mainers who attended the press conference say these bills would go a long way in helping them deal with the stresses childcare brings.
If I had to pay full price for both of my girls, I would be paying double what my mortgage is, which is unheard of. It costs our families in the end, not our government.
Senate President Jackson says he's going to do what he can to provide relief for families who are struggling during these tough times.
We see them, we hear them, we understand that this is a crisis and we're trying to do something meaningful for them as soon as possible.
In Augusta, Matthew Jurancic reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
And coming up on the ABC7 News at 6, Northern Light Health and St. Joseph Healthcare hold a joint press conference today. We'll tell you why.
And our David Ledford brings us up to speed on Northern Light's Work to Grow program and how it's helped address the shortage of emergency medical technicians. Those stories and much more as ABC7 News at 6 continues.
Bucksport Regional Health Center has cared for the community for almost 50 years. We are trusted and compassionate providers. We have also given thousands of COVID-19 vaccines because the COVID-19 vaccine is very safe, very effective, and your best shot at protecting yourself from COVID. Trust us. Trust the vaccine. Protect yourself. Take your shot against COVID-19.
The furniture you've been looking for is in stock and on sale at the Furniture Gallery. Spring into savings with great deals like 10% off all in-stock recliners. And refresh your home with a new sofa and love seat set. 3 choices, just $9.99. Sleep better with a new mattress from Serta, Restonic, or Nectar. Queen mattresses starting at only $2.99. The Furniture Gallery brings you better brand names, plus a bigger in-stock selection, all at the lowest prices around. Support our Maine family-owned business and save money at the Furniture Gallery.
Gas is expensive. Do you want to get up to 70 mpg? Earn a motorcycle license at Bangor Area Motorcycle School. We are affordable and conveniently located at the Bangor Mall and have experienced instructors. We can provide a bike and materials.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can go out and have s'more fun. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, that's crispy. Anyone?
Recent college grads get a $500 rebate over and above most other offers. Toyota, let's go places.
I feel like I've seen these people before.
I think you have.
For the first time ever, Wheel brings back fan favorites.
We brought some of your favorite contestants back for another turn at the wheel.
And they're your favorites for a reason.
Rats! You are still a Weisenheimer, aren't you?
Woo! Everybody just loved me. I was famous!
Brought them back to win some more.
I've got a good feeling about this.
Oh my God!
it's good to have you back.
This week on Wheel.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7.
The first ever Mazda CX-50, purpose-built for the outdoors. With our most advanced driving technology for responsive, consistent performance, on-road and off, that entices you to go further, more often.
Find your new Mazda today at Varney Mazda, 260 Hogan Road in Bangor, and discover what Varney value is all about.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back. There's a new president at the University of Maine at Augusta. In a ceremony held on the Augusta campus, Dr. Jennifer Cushman was named the new president by Chancellor Daniel Malloy. Cushman is currently the chancellor at Penn State University's Beaver campus. According to UMaine officials, Dr. Cushman is devoted to small campus communities that transform the lives of lesser resourced students. She officially steps into her new role on July 1st.
In a joint press conference with St. Joseph Healthcare and Northern Light Health, the family of John Weber announced a generous donation to both healthcare providers in the Bangor area. Weber's estate made a partial distribution of $9 million to Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center and St. Joseph Healthcare Foundation. They say that this is just the beginning, with several $1 million anticipated at a later date. This all comes from John Weber, a native of Bangor and a longtime supporter of the community.
What we have today with my uncle's gifts is a continuation of the Webers' across generations commitment to civic support with organizations within the Bangor community that are near and dear to family members' hearts.
Certainly we're going to continue to support our mission in primary care, and then we'll be looking at really trying to transform care to look at how we can keep people healthy out in the community.
Northern Light Health says a gift of such magnitude has a tremendous effect on patient care, one that will be felt for generations.
A training program launched in the midst of the pandemic has helped to address a growing workforce problem. Our David Ledford has more.
It makes a whole lot of sense to actually have people on the trucks while you're learning.
Northern Light Medical Transport's Work to Grow program has streamlined the career path for emergency medical technicians. The program offers students real-world experience behind the wheel of an ambulance, as well as classroom training. Northern Light representatives say the idea began as a way to solve the industry's staffing shortage, building the entire course in just 3 weeks.
Staffing it was at a gradual decline for a little while, then it really dropped. We had a 30% drop in staffing overall for our EMS, all 5 divisions. That was kind of the biggest inspiration.
The program runs for 7 weeks, with nearly 100 hands-on hours in the ambulance. A recent graduate of the program says the experience has been life-changing.
There's only so much you can learn from in a book when you're reading it. You don't know how to operate the radio and actually apply the knowledge that you've been tasked with. So being able to actually have that hands-on experience is really just invaluable.
Students are hired as full-time employees while they learn. After completing their training and obtaining their license, they are promoted to EMTs. 45 students have graduated since the start of the program, all from different walks of life. Program instructors say that almost anyone can pursue the program if they're interested in helping others.
It's pretty amazing to see someone come in with no public safety background and kind of learn and grow and watch that growth throughout their process. And it's also had an effect on our staff that we've had a long time as well. The students have really kind of brought life back into the atmosphere.
To learn more, visit the Northern Light Medical Transport and Emergency Care website. In Bangor, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, students at Maine Maritime Academy set out to sail the 7 seas this morning. Our Devin Dagnall was there.
And in sports, one Ellsworth Eagle is finishing up her last high school track season before she heads to Orono to run as a Black Bear. That story right after the break.
At Living Innovations, we build community. You can be a part of it. We put supporting people first, and that builds a caring community within our workforce and for the people we serve. Living Innovations supports people with disabilities and has flexible work opportunities available. You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit livinginnovations.com and check out our employment and home provider opportunities. Become a part of Living Innovations and be part of a community with a purpose.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
Don't miss Eastern Area Agency on Aging's free Healthy Aging Expo, formerly Senior Expo, presented by Aging Maine. Join us Thursday, May 18th from 10 to 2 at the Anna Shriners, 1404 Broadway in Bangor. More than 70 vendors, screenings, giveaways, and lots of parking. It's been a couple of years, but we're thrilled to be back. We look forward to seeing you and your friends. Healthy Aging Expo, Thursday, May 18th, 10 to 2. Visit eaaa.org to learn more.
You're invited to Ashley's Memorial Day preview sale. For 1 week only, get early access to incredible store-wide savings on Ashley furniture and mattresses. Plus, explore special financing options for every budget. Happening this week only at Ashley.
Shop at Label Shopper for the latest designer fashions, all at 30 to 70% less than department stores. With prices this low and styles for everyone, you can get more of the brands you love. Label Shopper. Great clothes, great prices.
This week, Jeopardy will be generating plenty of this.
What is buzz?
With big bets.
How much are you going to wager? All of it.
Plus, responses that are real tongue twisters.
Who is Solzhenitsyn? No. Who is Solzhenitsyn? No. Who is Solzhenitsyn? No.
And a contestant with a unique idea of cute and cuddly.
Let's talk about pet rats.
This week on Jeopardy!
This week at 7:30, only on ABC7.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Herman Motor Company. Whether you're looking for a new vehicle or to have your current vehicle serviced or detailed, Herman Motor Company has it all.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start with some track and field here. Down east in Ellsworth, One Eagle is finishing up her senior season in outdoor track before heading to Orono to continue her career as a black bear. Ellsworth's Addison Nelson, who runs long and middle distance, so the 800-meter, the mile, the 2-mile, has committed to run with the University of Maine's track and field program. She will be majoring in biology with a med school track. That's another reason why she chose Maine. And Nelson said it's been a long-time dream of hers to be a Division I athlete. Doing so close to home is definitely an added bonus.
It's just like to have everything like finalized and the decision, it's just like a big weight off of my shoulders. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm just going to go somewhere that's like 40 minutes down the road, which is great. And everyone is just so nice there. And it's just so close to like on the weekends I could just see my mom and still go to my sister's games and everything. I feel very accomplished with myself, and to know that all the practices and hard work and like running outside during the blizzards and through COVID and everything, like everything just worked out in the end.
Now, even though her college decision has been made, she still wants to finish out strong this outdoor season. Nelson has been running track since she was in middle school. Originally from Illinois, she moved to Maine right before high school started, and the reason she decided to lace them up and begin her track career is a pretty neat story.
I went to school in Illinois, and I started running because the boys in my grade were saying that they were faster than me, and so I kind of wanted to challenge that. And so ever since then, I've just been running, and the longer distance was always my cup of tea, so yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of cool. Let's head to the softball diamond now. Maine in action in Maryland in the first day of the America East tournament. They began as the number 6 seed going up against Albany. Black Bears beat Albany once in the regular season, so they're trying to do it again here in the playoffs. Second inning, Maine down 1. Sierra frets up. She ropes this ball to left field. That is going to get all the way to the wall. Sarah Anderson comes around to score from first. 2-0 Great Danes. Next batter, Chloe Lewis. She gets on top of this one and lines it right past the second baseman. Fretz comes around to score from second. It is 3-0 now. Moving ahead, 7-0 here in the 6th. Maine trying to make a comeback. Haiti Jo Mori at first. Krista Francia at the dish. She lines this one into right field. That's going to be an RBI triple. Black Bears are on the board. 7-2 now in the 7th. Jasmine Gray up with a runner in scoring position. She singles to the left side. Maine down just 4, but they cannot put any more runs on the board. Maury up. She's the last chance. Grounds out to end game 1. Maine falls 7-3. So to Game 2 we go. Maine trying to stave off elimination against the Bulldogs from Bryant. Top of the first, the speedy Grace McGoldrick on second. Jasmine Gray at the dish. She smokes this one into left. That's going to bring home Grace easily. Maine up 1-0. The bottom of the frame we go. Jenna Gardner on second for Megan Marshall. This one goes into no man's land behind first base. That's going to drop in for an RBI single, and we are all tied at 1. But then Maine's offense would turn it up a notch. Up 2-1 now. Kelby Drews at the dish. She lifts this one into right. That's going to fall in for a hit. That brings home Katie Jo Mori. 3-1 Maine. It is 4-1 now. Moving ahead, runner on for Gray. She gets a fastball at the letters. And that softball is not coming back. Way out of here. Black Bears bats lead them to victory over Bryant. 11-1 is the final. They survive and advance into day 2. And that is all the time we have for sports. Here's Conrad Sapinski with your full 5-day forecast. Conrad?
Thank you so much, Tyler. Our main weather is brought to you by Diversified Ink Tattoo Studios in Penobscot Plaza in Bangor, providing custom ink by licensed artists for over 20 years. So finally, we made it. It is May, and it's finally feeling like May. Temperatures back into the 70s, a couple of 80s, of course, in the center part of the country. Even the Midwest, upper Midwest, is seeing some really mild temperatures, close to 80 degrees. Even Canada is in on some 70s. For us earlier today, we did see high temperatures at around 70 degrees. Millinocket, same story. A couple of mid-60s by Greenville, a little bit up north, the coast as well. A little bit of a ocean breeze with that cooler ocean water. Temperatures still in those upper 60s. Tomorrow, even nicer. We're going to see temperatures close to 80 degrees, so really close to beach weather outside. Barbecue weather, I would definitely start up those grills with that weather close to 80 degrees with a good amount of sunshine tomorrow. Our average high should be around 64 degrees for this time of year. Look at this. We're going to be well above that the next several days, besides Sunday, closer to average temperatures, but then rebounding once again back into the lower 70s by beginning of next week. So lots of sunshine out there today. A few passing clouds, especially in the northern part of the state. But we're pretty quiet out there today. The southern states do have a couple of rain showers. Texas area, Dallas, into St. Angelo areas getting in on some heavier rain. The next several days, they're going to see possibly even over 6 inches of rain. None of that's going to be here in our area. We're actually going to be clear the next couple of days. Next chances of showers will be arriving by Friday, mostly into those afternoon to evening hours. We're looking at a couple of lighter scattered rain showers out there, and then into those overnight hours on Friday as well. But then on Saturday, we're going to be clear once again. It is a bit windy out there right now, though. We do have a 17-mile-an-hour wind here in town. Just west of town, we're looking at wind gusts even stronger, close to even 30 miles an hour. The coast, same story. We're looking at Rockland, Bar Harbor, Machias, wind speeds, sustained wind speeds, close to 20 miles an hour even in spots. Tonight, though, winds will be dying down, temperatures continuing to cool off, partly cloudy skies, though, and dense fog. That will be an issue overnight, especially into those morning hours tomorrow, so leave a little extra time for that morning commute. But then sunshine comes out, temperatures really start to warm up. We're going to see really nice temperatures, up to 78 degrees. A couple of lower 80s will be in the area, some isolated spots of around 80 degrees, especially away from the coast, with a light breeze from the northwest gusting to around 15 to maybe even 20 miles per hour. Our extended forecast outlook does show a couple of lighter scattered rain showers on Friday. We're in the clear for the weekend. Perfect timing, right? Temperatures near average on Sunday, and then once again above average back into the 70s by beginning of next week on Monday. Beth and Peter?
So if you haven't put in your AC units yet, you may want to think about doing that after dinner tonight.
Right.
Be prepared for tomorrow, because it's going to be a little toasty.
Yeah, today was like kind of perfectly comfortable, so
it was
a great day to do it before things really start to heat up.
Yes, indeedy.
All right. Well, there's more to come after the break. Stay with us.
Tonight's Stock Report is brought to you by Loring Outdoors. We are looking for committed workers to build one-of-a-kind pack baskets. Head on over to loringoutdoors.com.
Maine is a one-of-a-kind beautiful state, and there's no better way to see it than from the air. Fletcher Mountain Aviation offers an aerial experience like no other, featuring seaplane flights where you will see the best views in Maine from the air and land on Maine's most beautiful lakes. An experience you will never forget, with views from the northern Maine woods, Moosehead Lake, and Katahdin regions. Come fly and see our beautiful state from the sky with Fletcher Mountain Aviation. Visit our website here or scan the QR code to book your flight today.
Come see us at R&K Variety in Hamden. R&K Variety is more than just a convenience store. With delicious homemade food made fresh daily, we offer hearty meals that don't break the bank. Whether it be our delicious chicken pot pie, our famous lasagna, or one of our savory soups, you can't go wrong at R&K Variety. Looking for a drink after work? R&K Variety is an agency liquor store with an impressive selection. R&K Variety, more than just a convenience store. We're your neighbor, chef, barista, and friend. Stop by today.
Honey, where's the countertop?
I sent it out to the granite shop this morning to be replaced.
Wow.
The quickest turnaround in the business, the Granite Shop in Sedgwick.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Hamden, is sponsored by Maine Savings. Goes beyond what's expected by finding new ways to offer superior financial services. Find a better path forward with Maine Savings. Come to Comfort Shoes and More in Newport to get fitted for comfortable shoes that will make your feet happy. Come see us at R&K Variety in Hamden. More than just a convenience store, we're your neighbor, chef, barista, and friend. Stop by today.
It takes all types to play Family Feud, the family blabbermouth.
Grandma's sick and Grandpa falling asleep in the middle of what?
Going to the bathroom.
See all the types on Family Feud.
Weekdays at 9 on ABC 7.
Tonight, keeping an eye on the debt ceiling impasse that could cripple the economy and your monthly budget. Plus, the end of Title 42. What's next? More Americans turn to the most watched program on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
Welcome back. Owners of vacant properties in Bangor could soon pay more to let those buildings go unused. A newly proposed rule change would double the vacant property permit fee to $500. This could mean that owners would pay thousands in vacancy fees over the course of a few years. City officials say many of the nearly 70 vacant properties in Bangor are owned by out-of-state banks, and they're hoping the increased fees would encourage them to put the buildings to good use.
Vacant property is very dangerous. We need housing units drastically, and this is just another prong in a fork to try to stab the problem and eliminate the housing crunch in any way that we can.
Officials say vacant properties are often structurally unsound and can decrease the overall value of neighborhoods. The city will vote on whether to enact the change later this month.
Well, finally tonight, Maine Maritime Academy students aboard the training ship State of Maine began a global tour this morning. Our Devin Dagnall has the story.
Over 200 Maine Maritime Academy students began a 68-day journey as they set out to sea Wednesday morning. For approximately half of the students on board, it will be their first seagoing experience.
It's a lot of just not knowing what's going to happen next, but we know it's going to be exciting.
Before the crew returns to the Castine shore on July 19th, they will visit 8 foreign and domestic ports in New York, Philadelphia, Azores, Spain, Germany, Northern Ireland, and Boston.
I'm really excited to go to the Azores, but honestly all of Europe. I've never been to Europe. I've pretty much just been to the States and Canada, so anything is going to be new and exciting for me, and I am so excited.
President of the Academy, Jerry Paul, will be joining the crew along different legs of the journey. He says this is a very important tradition for Maine Maritime Academy.
But today is an extraordinary day. It culminates an entire academic year at Maine Maritime Academy, but it also culminates 80 years of history in this state. Behind me here is the training ship State of Maine. She's named State of Maine because she represents this state.
This trip marks the 26th voyage of the training ship State of Maine, and it may be one of its last. The Academy is awaiting the arrival of a new ship within the next year or so. Once the new vessel is in use, the current training ship will be decommissioned.
So I'm quite excited to actually be back on board her for one of the final voyages.
Maine Maritime professor Robert Carter was one of the freshmen aboard the training ship for its maiden voyage back in 1997. Now he's back to help his students learn beyond the classroom.
Oh, it's a great feeling to see the changes. It's a great feeling to be back on board after all those years. I'm also just so happy to work with midshipmen. It kind of reminds me of myself when I was here as a freshman and then later as a junior.
If you would like to follow the ship along its journey, visit cruise.mainmaritime.edu for up-to-date tracking. In Castine, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
We certainly wish them a safe and enjoyable voyage there.
Yeah, and what an exciting opportunity for all of those students, but also for those who have gotten to see the history of this ship throughout the years.
That particular professor's definitely come full circle.
Yeah, very cool to see.
Alrighty, folks, that is going to do it for us from everybody here at ABC 7. Take care and have a great night.
Good night, everyone.